Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the virtual open house for BC3 at Armstrong. Before we get started, I'd like to go over a few items so you know how to participate in today's event. You're listening through your computer speakers by default. If you would prefer to join over the phone, access the control panel in the upper right corner of your screen and select Telephone in the audio panel. The dial-in information is displayed there. We are excited to announce that you can apply to BC3 for free today at bc3.edu/apply, or you can apply at any time during our free application days from May 8th through May 17th. Our agenda for today's virtual open house is as follows. We will give you some information about BC3 from Admissions, talk about financing your education, and get a nice overview about our BC3 at Armstrong location. We will then walk you through your next steps in the enrollment process at BC3, and we'll end with a question and answer period with today's panelists. You will have the opportunity to submit text questions to today's panelists by typing your questions into the questions pane on the control panel. You may type in and send your questions at any time during the presentation. We will collect these and address them during the question and answer session at the end of the presentation. Before we hear from our first presenter, we would like to ask the audience a question. The first poll will be, what is your educational goal? The options are take courses or earn a degree at BC3 and immediately start a career, take courses or earn a degree at BC3 and transfer to a four-year college or university, earn BC3 credits while enrolled at another college or university, earn college credits while still in high school, or the last option is uncertain. Please select the appropriate response and click Submit. Once everyone has had a chance to respond, we will close the poll. We are now closing the poll, and let me share the results with everyone. It looks like several of you are uncertain. Well, this is a perfect way to hear about BC3, and you'll be able to decide later on in your educational process. I would now like to introduce our first presenter, Mr. Jerry Johnston, Admissions Representative. Take it away, Jerry.
Thank you, Amy. Good afternoon, everybody. And let me share in welcoming you to our virtual open house for BC3 at Armstrong. I'm an admissions representative at Butler County Community College, and we hopefully will be able to provide you with some good information today that will help you make good decisions in terms of your college experience. You know, about 1/3 or a little bit more of our college undergraduates today are enrolled in community colleges. And that's a testament to the quality and the value of these institutions. Butler County Community College has been named 5 times the #1 community college in Pennsylvania. And that's an accolade and an award that we really strive our best to live up to. Because our job is to do our best to help you do your best to make good choices and informed decisions about your college experience. Let's take a look at some facts about BC3. We have approximately 3,000 students enrolled at our various locations, the bulk of those in our main campus in Butler Township. But when you count all of the programs that we do, our non-credit programs, our community trainings, our EMS and fire trainings, there are many more thousands who are involved at BC3 in taking classes. We have 6 convenient locations. Of course, the main campus, as I mentioned, in Butler Township. We have a location in Jefferson County in Brockway, which serves Jefferson, Clearfield, Elk, and part of Clarion County. We also have a location in Cranberry Township, which is right behind Costco and right beside the post office. In Newcastle at Lawrence Crossing, of course, our Armstrong location is in Ford City. And we also have a location in Hermitage. In total, we serve 8 counties here in Western Pennsylvania. BC3 offers 55 unique associate degrees and 21 certificate programs, so you have a lot to choose from. We have 12 transfer partnership programs with the state system of higher education schools. Now, that just means those are the schools like Slippery Rock, Clarion, Lock Haven, Edinburgh, and so on. 75% of our students graduate debt-free. They receive financial aid to help them do that, and that is very important in today's world. Our student to faculty ratio is very good. It's 15 to 1. And what does that mean? Well, it means that you get the attention that you want and that you need in the college setting. We have 4 academic divisions at BC3. They offer workplace certificates, 1-year certificates, 2-year career and transfer associate degree programs. So there are varying degrees that you can get when you're at BC3. Some of them are meant to start you in the workforce, and some of them are meant to help you transfer to another institution. We have courses through our business division. Of course, you can take things like business administration or business management. Our computer courses are housed in that division as well. Our humanities and social sciences offer the fine arts. We also offer the English and the social science courses there, as well as criminology and some others. Our science and technology division houses chemistry, biology, and many of the technical classes that we offer. And we're very proud of our Schaefer School of Nursing and Allied Health. And incidentally, any of you who are interested in nursing, the RN application opens on the 1st of August, 2020, and will continue through October 30th. And that would be for a potential start in the fall of 2021. Let's take a look at some of the academic things that are going on at BC3, and these are 2 important ones. We have 2 academic honor societies, Kappa Beta Delta, that's a society for business majors, and we also have Phi Theta Kappa. That's the largest international honor society for the 2-year college, and we're very proud of both of those organizations. There's also a college program for students who are still in high school, and we call it College Now. This is so that high school students can take college courses while they're still in high school, and that's a big jump start on getting your education going. Now, there are GPA requirements, and you must be a sophomore, junior, or senior in high school to participate. You can take classes at any BC3 location or online, and you can check our website for more information about the College Now program. The BC3 student experience is a unique one. A bachelor's degree is certainly within reach. We talked about the PASHE schools, the state schools in Pennsylvania. We have 12 program-to-program transfer agreements with those universities. And we also have agreements with some other institutions like Carlow, Geneva, St. Francis, and more. We have nursing program articulation agreements with Chatham, Carlow, Lock Haven, Slippery Rock, and Waynesburg. Our credits are recognized by public, private, state-related, and online colleges and universities, not just in Pennsylvania, but across the nation. And we do offer BC3 transfer counselor and transfer visit days, although in today's atmosphere with the virus and sort of staying sequestered, we have to do that remotely. But when things open up again, we will be doing it again in face-to-face. So we talked about those transfer agreements, and these are the 12 point-to-point agreements. If you complete your associate's degree at BC3 in any of these 12, that means you're automatically awarded junior status if you go to Slippery Rock, Clarion, any one of these PASSHE schools. So that's a great way to continue your education. Of course, Butler County Community College offers a number of student support services. We have personalized academic advising. Well, what does that mean? Well, every student is entitled to an advisor that can help you steer your college path, can help you select the courses you need, recommendations for the things that you need to take, and that's very important. We know that people get stuck sometimes, and we offer tutoring. There's 1 free hour a week per each subject. So if you're struggling in something, you get an hour a week in that. If you're having problems in another, you get an hour a week in that. You want to take advantage of this because this is very helpful. BC3 offers career services. We partner with a number of businesses in the region and in Western Pennsylvania who perhaps are looking for employees from our graduate pool or looking for workers perhaps who haven't graduated. So this is an important service. There are transfer services to make sure that the credits you take are the right ones. We have access and disability support services, and we have a great department that helps take care of that. Our KEYS program works with low-income students to help make sure you can get your quality education. So those are a number of student support services that we offer at Butler County Community College. It's pretty easy to connect with us, although it's a little bit more difficult these days. bc3.edu/admissions. You can email us at admissions@bc3.edu. You can call us. Those are the numbers up there. If you like.
Thank you, Jerry.
Hang on, Amy. I just had a
Oh,
little catch in my throat there. Almost
okay.
had a sneeze. I was just going to say that if you like, you could schedule an appointment with one of our admissions reps via Calendly. You could put the appointment right on our calendars. We can FaceTime with you. We can do GoToMeeting with you, or we can have a simple phone call with you. But we certainly invite you to connect with us at BC3. Okay, Amy. Sorry, I sneezed my way out of that one.
No problem. Thanks so much, Jerry. I appreciate it. Sounds like there's some great educational transfer partnerships available to BC3 students. Remember, if you have any questions for Jerry, you may type in and send your questions at any time during the presentation by typing them into the question pane on the attendee control panel. Before I introduce our next presenter, we have another question for our audience. Have you completed your FAFSA? And the options are yes, no, or what is the FAFSA? Please select the appropriate response and click Submit. Once everyone has had a chance to respond, we will close the poll. We are now closing the poll, and let me share the results with everybody. It looks like several of you have not yet completed your FAFSA, but that's okay because there's still time. The one thing I like to see is everybody at least knows what FAFSA is. I would now like to introduce our next presenter, Mrs. Juli Louttit, our Director of Financial Aid.
Hello, and welcome to the financial aid portion of the virtual open house. I always like to start out the presentations talking about what is financial aid. And you can see from the slide, there are a lot of different resources. We participate in federal and state grant programs, and that is through the FAFSA application that we'll talk about on the next slide. And there is criteria usually based on income that does have to be determined to be eligible. We also welcome outside scholarship programs. So hopefully you're working with your high schools, organizations, searching those websites. And then we're also proud to acknowledge through BC3, we have a large scholarship program through our foundation. We award over $200,000 in scholarship money to our students annually. That application is open currently, and it's through July 1st. So again, we encourage you to apply through our program as well. We also participate in student loans. Although we're proud to say a lot of our students are able to graduate debt-free, we do still have many students that go through the loan process, and it does help with your educational expenses. The nice thing about the student loan program is it's pretty much a guaranteed student loan program as long as you're enrolled in school at least half time, and you don't have to start repayment on that loan until after you graduate or stop attending school. So it kind of releases the burden of repayment until you're out there working and able to make those payments. We have many employment opportunities, not only through our campus, but also we work with the Career Center to help you connect outside within the community for job opportunities. So I think Jerry noted that as well with our Career Center. So please connect with them. We also have veterans benefits. We are a vet-friendly school, so we have a large veteran population, not only veterans themselves, but we serve dependents of veterans and spouses through various programs. And that works through our office as well to connect with. Then lastly, we work with a lot of third-party agencies, outside agencies that are helping you with your different educational expenses, and they still like you to complete the FAFSA, and they work with our office as well. We note Pittsburgh Job Corps. That's a third-party agency that we work with at all our campuses. Again, there is criteria that has to be met. But if, once you're in touch with the Armstrong campus, they can give you more information on that program if you meet the criteria. That not only helps with tuition, but other expenses you have, such as books and transportations if you qualify. The link at the bottom will give you a lot more detail about all these programs that I briefly talked about. So how do we apply? So I did see from the poll that a lot of you have not applied yet. And as Amy noted, that's okay. It's not too late. I will tell you, though, that Pennsylvania State Grant does have a May 15th deadline date. So that is quickly approaching. But as you know, there's still time to do that. You usually want to allow about 40 minutes of your time to complete the FAFSA application, and you'll need 2018 income information. So when you get to the website, first we encourage you on this slide, it'll tell you to register for an FSA ID. So that is a username and password that you'll choose. And if you're using parents' information, at least one parent will need to have that as well. And that's how you sign the FAFSA electronically and other federal forms that you may be utilizing too. The next step then is to go to the studentaid.gov website that's noted on there. And then that is where you'll need a copy of your 2018 tax information. You will see when you get on that website, there's two FAFSA applications in effect. There's a 1920 and 2021. So if you're going to be starting for the fall, you want to do the 2021 FAFSA application. It's very important that you're doing the correct one. Be careful not to use FAFSA.com or Google. The link as well is on our website for you to go directly to. We do know there are some websites out there that will mimic it and they'll charge you. FAFSA stands for Free Application Federal Student Aid, so you should not need to pay anybody to do that. And if you do need help, that's what my office is here for. So we'll talk about ways that we can assist you as well in completing the FAFSA. I also note that you do have to do it annually. So you do have to do it every year. And when you complete the FAFSA, you'll see the obvious reasons. Income information that will change from year to year, most likely. Once you do the initial FAFSA, you are able to do renewal applications. So it may not take you quite the 40 minutes. It's a little quicker, and you just have to update the information that does change from year to year. Household size may change, number in college. And then we also have on there our BC3 code. It's important that you have the correct college code for the schools you're choosing, because that is how we're able to receive your information. If you don't include us on the FAFSA, we have no access to see your FAFSA data to start processing your aid. And if you forget the code or don't write it down, you can also look the schools up by their name, but make sure you're getting the right college. So our next steps. As I shared, once you do the FAFSA and you apply to the college through the free application days, that'll allow us to connect the FAFSA and bring it into the system for us to start processing your eligibility of your financial aid. We use your BC3 email, so when you get your acceptance letter, you'll have a BC3 email that you want to activate, and definitely be looking at weekly. Not only the financial aid office, but all our departments utilize that to communicate to students. We do send some paper mail, but most of our communication will go through the BC3 email. So once we're able to process your FAFSA application, usually when we bring it in the system, the turnaround could be as quick as a week, no longer probably than 2 to 3 weeks. So if you're not receiving communication from the financial aid email box, you would want to pick up the phone and give us a call. I always encourage and tell students that, because sometimes maybe you did put the wrong college code on there or missed that part. So we're not actually receiving your FAFSA, but yet you know you've done it. And if the FAFSA was an easy, quick step and you didn't get selected for any verification items, then we will show you what you qualify for through the award process. However, some students do need to follow up with additional documentation. So again, important to be watching that email so you don't miss those steps. And then we'll let you know if there's anything that we still need. Through the process, we do have virtual FAFSA workshops where we can do meetings one-on-one to assist you in those completing the FAFSA, or even the different documentation or forms that you have to fill in. So again, refer to our website. You can RSVP for meetings, go to meetings that we do to help you, or any questions that you may have through the process. So again, making sure you're connecting with us as well. I can't stress enough, if you fill out the FAFSA and apply to the college and you're not hearing back, to please contact us to make sure something's not missing, so that we can quickly award you and see where you stand financially with your BC3 education. We have our email box. Our phones right now are forwarded to tell you to send us an email, but if you would prefer to talk to us, please let us know that through the email and your phone number, and we will gladly call you. And as I said, we can also do go-to meetings with you as well. And hopefully we'll be able to see you soon in the office. And that's all I have right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Thanks so much for explaining the various types of financial aid that's available to our BC3 students. Remember, if you have any additional questions for Julie, don't forget to type them into the questions pane on the attendee control panel. Before I introduce our next presenter, we have one last question for our audience. What subject area are you interested in studying? The options are business, general studies, and psychology at our Armstrong location. Please select the appropriate response and click Submit. Once everyone has had a chance to respond, we will close the poll. We are now closing the poll, and let me share the results with everyone. Oh, it looks like general studies is where most folks are planning to study. What a great stepping stone for your future degree. Start with your general education courses and then move on to your specialty program and major. I would like to introduce the next presenter, Ms. Karen Zapp, Director of our BC3 at Armstrong's location.
Thank you, Amy. I am so pleased to be here at this virtual open house to welcome you to become a pioneer here at BC3 at Armstrong. And the first slide there shows 3 Armstrong students outside of the, that was a little too fast. That's actually the next tier adult education building, which is directly across the street from Louttit Tech. So if you're someone who grew up in Armstrong County, you probably know where Louttit Tech is, and we are directly across the street. And then the next photo is actually, this is a picture of some BC3 at Armstrong students that I would love to tell a little story about each. So John there with the Pittsburgh shirt, he is a displaced worker who is getting his business administration degree here at BC3 at Armstrong. He will graduate in December with that degree and hopes to start a whole new career. Haley actually is just recently moved out of state. She graduated in May just now as a marketing management major and hopes to be working marketing in the business world, and she is sure to be successful at that. Sarah there beside her actually earned 2 degrees and a certificate in May. She did cosmetology management, business management, and an entrepreneurial certificate, and is a very recent graduate and hopes, and also took almost all of her classes here at BC3 at Armstrong, as did John and Haley. And then Caleb and Tyler both are business management majors, which is not one of the majors that's listed here, but the business management major can almost completely be done here at this campus with a few online classes to supplement that degree. So that is just a friendly group of students here that allowed us to take their photo under the 5 times #1 Pennsylvania Community College banner that is in our office. Thanks, Amy. Okay, this is a list of the programs of study that are available here. As you'll see, general studies, psychology, and business administration. The classes for those programs can be taken completely here at the BC3 at Armstrong location. We also offer all of the general studies pre-nursing classes except microbiology. That's just one class that's missing. So if you are interested in pursuing that popular nursing degree, you can begin that program here at BC3 at Armstrong. And then this fall, in fall of 2020, we are also offering some of the criminology, social work, business management, and the secondary ed social sciences classes here. So those are degrees that you would be able to begin here at BC3 at Armstrong and possibly complete that whole degree here with perhaps a few trips to main campus or a few online classes. I'd like to mention that most of our classes meet on Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, with no classes on Fridays. So we do have students who would attend classes here at Armstrong on Monday and Wednesday, and perhaps go to main campus on Tuesday and Thursday. So I like to say it saves them dollars of their gas and hours of their time if they can even take some classes here and only go to main campus for a few classes. And again, we are a little bit unusual for an off-campus location in that students can attend here and main campus because we are not that far away from main campus. So that gives students a little bit more opportunities for additional classes that we might not be able to offer in our small location. We do have 3 classrooms here in this building, and then in the evening, we actually sometimes hold classes across the street at Louttit Tech, including our science classes such as biology and anatomy, and our physical wellness class uses the gymnasium across the street, which is pretty handy to have. Thanks, Abby. We can move on. This is a picture of some of the friendly faces here. This is in our lobby, and you'll see Sierra there. Sierra actually graduated with a double degree general studies and psychology. And Madison, who's got her feet up on the chair over by the computer, she is currently employed full-time with Armstrong School District, so she had to move her classes to online, but we still see her pretty frequently. She comes in often to do her tests and use the computers and the Wi-Fi here in the building. Ansley there on the other chair graduated with a human resource management degree, and then decided she wanted to go into nursing and is actually completing her practical nursing degree. So she will be equipped to actually manage nursing staff at a healthcare facility. So I'm very proud of her. And then Natasha there on the floor with her thumb up is graduating with her early childhood education degree. So she had to take many classes at main campus, but as you can see, she started here at BC3 at Armstrong with many of those general studies courses to get her started toward her degree. And again, friendly faces, welcoming atmosphere, that is our goal here. All right, so student life, we have several clubs here. One of our clubs is a ukulele club, and it's fun. And so those are 8 reasons why college students should learn to play a ukulele. It's cool, it's easy, it's cheap, looks great on your resume, and we like doing that. We also have a wellness club. We have a fitness club that meets twice a week. The fitness club does a lot of, we do yoga and we do dance videos, and it's a lot of fun. And we also have some members of PTK, which is the BC3 Honorary Society, for students who have that really high GPA and do well in their classes. They can join the Honorary Society, which also looks pretty good on your resume. Go ahead, Amy. This is actually, I was talking about PTK, which is timely because JSA was just elected the vice president of the PTK for all of BC3. So even though she attends her classes here at BC3 at Armstrong, JSA is now an officer in the Phi Theta Kappa Honorary Society, which is pretty cool. And JSA and Xander sent me this picture actually just after our quarantine began to say that they were doing their 2-mile hike for their physical wellness class. And the caption that they sent with it was wish you were here, which was a pretty sweet thing. They both attend BC3 as full-time students here at Armstrong, all of their classes here. And one more student to talk about. This is Matt Reitler. Matt graduated last year. He was also an officer in PTK, vice president, and he was chosen as a graduation speaker. And Matt is now attending Slippery Rock University with a large scholarship thanks to his participation in the Phi Theta Kappa Honorary Society. And Matt did take all of his classes here or online. At BC3 at Armstrong or online. So we're kind of proud that he was able to earn his degree without having that long commute back and forth to Butler, since he does live in Armstrong County. And I think there's one more slide. So connect with us. I'm Karen. I'm the director here at BC3 at Armstrong and also a student services specialist. And then we have Tara also, who is student services specialist and our student life activity coordinator. And you will see there are links there that you can actually make an appointment with either of us through those Calendly links. They take you directly to our calendar and you pick a time that is convenient for you. And then we will send you a GoToMeeting link that we can actually meet face to face. During this difficult time, we can still talk to you. And I've done that with several students, and we've been able to make them a plan for their fall schedules and figure out how to get their placement tests done. So feel free to contact us. And my phone number is on there also. Feel free to text me if you do want to text or call me. That would be fine. And welcome to BC3 at Armstrong.
Thank you so much, Karen. It's so nice to hear about your students at BC3 at Armstrong and your personal relationships that you have with each of them. It's nice to see the student involvement and all the activities that you have at this off-campus site. At this time, we're going to hand it back over to Mr. Jerry Johnston to review the next steps to the enrollment at BC3.
Thanks, Amy, and thank you, Karen. First of all, I want to remind you that our free application days continue through the 17th. So if you're thinking about applying, this is a great time to do it because we waive the application fee of $25 during these free application days. All right, there are a number of steps to becoming a BC3 student. First of all, the community colleges in Pennsylvania are open enrollment schools. So we have an open admissions policy. We do not require that you take the ACT or SAT tests, but we don't discourage you from taking them either because first of all, the ACT or SAT scores that you get may exempt you from placement testing. And what is a placement test, you say? Well, Some of my colleagues may describe it differently, but I call it a snapshot of a place in time. And this just puts you where you are in terms of your knowledge of math and English, and that helps us get you into the proper class that you need for continuing your college education in those two areas. So if you don't have the SAT scores, generally we would give you a placement test to see where you stand in those, and you move on from there. Again, the free application days are here, so you can go online and apply. You can download an application, mail it, however you'd like to do it. Once you get ready to apply, you want to send your official high school transcripts or your GED or HiSET scores, if that's applicable, along with your application, or have them sent separately. And if you do have some college or university courses, you'll want to send those transcripts as well, so that we can see that some of the classes you have taken will transfer in, and that will be an additional plus for you. So those are some of the steps that are involved, but just remember that this is an open admissions policy. Something else you need to do: make sure you fill out that free application for federal student aid that Julie talked about. That's very important. You're going to have to complete that required placement testing. You'll need to meet with an advisor. And as I mentioned earlier, this is very important for you to help you schedule your classes, to get some guidance about what you should take and how you should take them, and what order, and how to plan your schedule. It's very helpful. Our fall courses start on August 24th, and then there's a second start on September 21st. And each semester, we also have 3 fast start classes, which are online courses that only take 5 weeks to complete. And that's a huge, huge help in moving you along through your college program. We also offer many, many classes online. Not everything, of course, is available there, but for those of you who are into online learning, there are a number of opportunities for you to do that. So remember, fall courses, August 24th and September 21st, and we also have those fast start sessions as well during each semester. So if you want to learn more from the panelists who've been speaking with you today, and you have other questions, now's the time to submit those questions, and we'll tackle them here in just a moment or two.
Thank you, Jerry. Now we're going to begin answering questions submitted during today's presentation. As a reminder, you can still submit those questions like Jerry just said. Our first question comes from Franklin. He's wondering if he can attend classes at BC3 and still work full-time.
I would say that that's definitely a possibility. We try to be as flexible as we can be, because we do have a lot of non-traditional students who attend BC3, all of our locations. We have evening classes, we have online classes. It's a little tough to carry a full-time schedule and work full-time, because it could be a little stressful, but I think it can be done. That's where your advisor and that's where your help in planning would come in, so you can set your schedule up so it suits your work schedule as well.
Thank you. Our next question is from Suzanne. I know Karen mentioned the courses that they can take at Armstrong for the pre-nursing program. What are those courses again that can be taken at our Armstrong location?
I'd have to toss that to Karen if she's still with us.
I'm still here. So if you see over in the documents on the list there, it says BC3 at Armstrong Fall 2020 schedule. That would show the classes that are available actually this fall, face-to-face here. I believe that was the question. And you can also sort in the student catalog in your student planning by campus location for classes of where they're being held. But again, if you click my Calendly link, I would also be glad to help you. But our fall schedule is right there as a document.
Great, Karen, thank you. We have our next question from Darcy. They're wondering, can they attend BC3 part-time and still qualify for financial aid?
Yes, Darcy, you can. Most of our financial aid programs require you to be at least 6 credits, so that's 2 classes, and you can still qualify for the student loan program, the grants, employment opportunity, scholarships.
Thanks, Julie. Our next question is from Lydia. She says she'll be a senior in high school next year. Who would she contact if she wanted to take a BC3 class after school or online?
A great person to contact would be the director of that program, and her name is Erin Cioffi, Cioffi. You can find her information on the website. You can also talk to your school guidance counselor. They have information about our College Now programs, and those are 2 good places to start.
Great, thanks, Jerry, for that information. The next is from Sam. Sam says he's already submitted his application and has been accepted, but he's not sure what he does next.
Did Sam do the FAFSA?
Well,
that's one of his next steps.
That's one of his next steps. Sam, well, your next step would be either to take the placement test, if that is required, or to schedule an advising session. So I am going to have a list of the attendees to this, and I will send you an email after the webinar is over and make sure that the next steps are clear. I hope you understand that our processes have changed due to this remote activities that are needed, and sometimes it's hard to keep track of what's going on at which step in the process, but I will check on you as soon as this webinar is over. But you should be checking your BC3 email regularly for everyone. That would be your next step, would be to keep checking your email for that placement test or that advising session email invitation.
All right, we have one more question from Evan, and Evan is asking, when will the new Armstrong campus be ready?
Well, that is also an excellent question, and I don't have an answer. I do know that we have delayed that, and it will not be fall of 2021, and so I fear that the higher powers than me will be the ones who decide when and if that project is going to take place, but it won't be as soon as we had hoped. Thanks for that question.
Thanks, Karen, for that update. All right, we have one last question from Jennifer, and if it's okay with the panelists, I'll go ahead and answer this question. Jennifer's asking, will the fall classes be held on campus? And an answer to that question is the college is carefully considering various delivery options for instruction for the fall 2020 semester. The safety of our college community is a top priority. We will continue to assess new information, and as the situation unfolds, we'll make sure the final decision is made within the coming months and let all of our BC3 community know what will happen for fall 2020. Thank you to all of our presenters today, and thank you everyone for attending the virtual open house at BC3 at Armstrong. Once you leave today's webinar, you will receive a follow-up email with a link to view a recording of today's webinar, as well as a link to our online application. Remember, you can apply to BC3 for free right now through May 17th. On behalf of Butler County Community College and our panelists, thank you for joining us today, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.